This empty classroom should be full of laughter. These tiny chairs should be filled with children, but they're not, and soon they may be removed forever. What you're seeing isn't just one school's problem. It's the face of a national crisis so severe it could erase South Korea as we know it within our lifetimes. I want you to meet Ji-hyun. She's 28, works 60 hours a week at a Seoul marketing firm, and rents a tiny studio apartment that costs 80% of her salary. Last year, her boyfriend of 5 years broke up with her when she said she didn't want children. "How could I?" she told me. Between the hours, the costs, the expectations, it feels like society itself doesn't want me to be a mother. Ji-hyun isn't alone. An entire generation is making the same heartbreaking calculation. And the consequences will reshape not just South Korea, but show us all what happens when a modern society stops having children. Let's break down what 0.72 children per woman really means. Picture a typical Seoul apartment building with 100 young couples. According to these numbers, 50 women will have no children at all. 45 will have just one child. Maybe 5 will have 2 children. That building that should have 210 kids to maintain the population, it'll produce just 55. Now imagine that happening to every neighborhood, every city, across the entire country. By 2060, the math gets scarier. The 38 million people of working age today, down to 17 million. Median age will be 58, the oldest society ever recorded. Small towns will vanish entirely. We're already seeing this in places like Jiangsu County, where the last maternity ward closed in 2022. Here's where it gets real. Professor Kim Yeon-ji at Seoul National University walks me through what her economics models show. First, the pension system collapses. Right now, 4 workers pay for 1 retiree. By 2040, 1 worker paying for 1 retiree. The math simply doesn't work. Then the military can't function. Private Park, a 22-year-old doing his mandatory service, tells me, "My unit is already understaffed. If there are fewer young men, who will defend the border with North Korea?" Finally, the cultural impact. That K-pop band you love, the next BTS might never form. With so few children, talent pools shrink dramatically. The director of a major entertainment label confided, "We used to audition 1,000 trainees a year. Soon we'll be lucky to find 100 feet." You might be screaming at your screen right now, "Just make it easier to have kids." But here's the tragic reality. Lee Min-ho and his wife tried everything. They used their entire savings on fertility treatments. "The clinic was full every day," he says. "But even when it works, then what? My wife would have to quit her job. We can't afford an apartment big enough for a family, and my boss made it clear promotions go to those who work weekends." The government has thrown money at the problem. Baby bonuses, dating subsidies, even state-sponsored matchmaking. But as sociologist Dr. Park explains, you can't bribe people into parenthood. We need to rebuild society from the ground up. Work culture, gender equality, housing costs. And that takes decades we don't have. As I leave that empty classroom, the principal shows me something haunting. Next year's projected enrollment. Just 12 students for the entire 1st grade. "We'll probably merge with another school soon," she says, then quietly adds, "I wonder if I'll be the last principal this school ever has." This isn't just South Korea's crisis. It's a warning for every developed nation watching their birth rates fall. The question isn't whether collapse is coming, but whether we'll heed the warning in time. Because demography is destiny, and right now, that destiny looks frighteningly empty. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.